this yarn yet in person, and it was a little difficult to find. There was only 2 stores that had it in stock, and this was the one that had the most, which was 3 skeins of yarn. Luckily, that is what I need for this pattern too. It's called Cherry Mix. It's a little bit smaller than the other Big Twist value yarn, so there's 269 yards of this, 4.3 ounces. The other ones that I have for this blanket are 6 ounces. So actually I might need to get 1 more of these. But anyways, we have 3 to start. I don't even know if they're all the same lot color. Honestly, it doesn't even matter if it's a little bit different, because this is going to be the slimy part of the blanket. So if it's like different coloring, that's okay. Yeah, no, it is not the same lot color. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's really weird. Are all 3 of them? Okay, no, this one is the same. So these 2 are from the same lot, and this one on the bottom here is a totally different one. Wow, that's really weird. I don't know if this is like new colors that they've added to the lineup recently, but they have like 2 separate sections. So there's the Big Twist Value solid colors, and then there's this one. I don't know that it says anything on it, like gradient, mixed colors, things like that. I don't know, but it's separate, and those ones are all a little bit smaller, but the size of the yarn, it's all the same. Medium number 4. I'm gonna have to look at the pattern when we get back to the yarn dungeon to see if I'm actually gonna need more or if that's gonna be okay, because I know I didn't use all of it, so this might be close. Yeah, but anyways, saw a little bit more Halloween stuff too, and their Halloween mugs were on sale. The one that I was looking for though, it was the white skull one. That was a little bit bigger than the other mugs that they had, or like it was part of the like their trick or treat section that they had, not the witchy selection. But I didn't see that one here. So I guess if I have to go back out to get another skein of yarn, I'll go to a different Joann's and see, maybe they have it there. I don't know. We'll see how the day goes. Thought I had a different shade of gray, like a little bit darker, but apparently I don't. I just have a bunch of this soft gray, a ton of the slime green, but I'm not going to use that for this version now. Okay, so update on the blanket and the colors I've chosen. The background where the purple is going to be black, the slime is going to be the cherry mix, the TV portion, like the outline, is the soft gray, and then the inside where the soft gray was, I wanted to do that like a charcoal. Apparently I don't have any of that. Back to Joann's, maybe tomorrow. I don't know, it's gonna take us a little while to get there. It's just gonna be on my list. Whenever I go the next time, I'll pick some up here. But okay, so organization. Purple is gone. I'm not gonna use that. Slime green, I'm gonna use it for, I mean, any other project that I have. None of this is gonna be wasted. So here's what I have now in my crate of organization. Just 3 colors. I mean, in fairness, there's only 4 colors in total, but it just feels empty without these giant skeins of yarn. Oh yeah, I was gonna compare them. So what is this? 380 yards compared to 269 yards. So yeah, it is a pretty big difference, one compared to the other. This bag is super handy. I'm so glad that I used it for this project. Oh, I need to organize this. All the papers are just all over the place. Slime at 960 yards. Yeah, I'm gonna need a little more. We're probably gonna have to order that online since it was so hard to find just these 3. It is in stock online. As long as I put an order in today, we should be totally fine with it. Let's actually work up today's little bit of crochet along, and then I'm gonna put the movie on, because we're still not to the point where I can watch a full movie with it. You and I are just gonna do this bit. It's rows 3 and 4. We have 99 days to Halloween, and tonight's movie is Piranha, another super campy horror movie from yesterday. Our tiny little bit we did, 2 rows. It's not gonna be any bigger today.
I mean, it is going to be a little bigger, but like not that much at all. So here's the blown up version, which makes it a little bit easier to see. We are still in the background. So rows 3 and 4, we haven't even gotten to like the slime or the TV, anything like that. How do we feel about this pace? Personally, I'm kind of enjoying it. It's a fun thing to do for an entire 100 nights, which on paper seems like it's going to be a lot. But I mean, we're already into day 2. It's nice bite-sized pieces. I think that's what I'm really enjoying. So I don't have to commit to just this project alone. I actually have 2 other projects here that I'm gonna work up to finish up the movie. And that's kind of a big thing for me because sometimes when it comes to blankets, about halfway through or when there's like a quarter left, I get a little tired of it. For one thing, I'm not going to get tired of this one because there's a lot going on with the graph, which makes for every single day being a little bit different. I mean, once we get out of this part where we have just the background and we start having color, and I did grab a yarn bowl, so we're going to go with this one. Super cute to have like my tiny bit of yarn in there. It's just enough variety that I'm still excited about the blanket every time I sit down to work it up. I mean, also because I know that I'm gonna have a movie that I get to watch with it too. Like that definitely plays a big factor into it for me. I've seen a lot of people jump ahead, like way ahead, almost a quarter of the way through the blanket, which again, like this is your crochet along too. Like you and I are doing this together. Work it up however you want. If you want it to be done weeks before Halloween so you can use it for the whole thing, that's totally fine. But yeah, I'm doing just like following the pace that we're going, 2 rows a week for, well, at least for the next 20 days. We're gonna do just 2 rows. Okay, very last tile, and then rows 1 through 4 will be done. There we are. Let's put you in the yarn bowl. I know that this is the one I'm using. I know it doesn't like fit or anything. That's totally fine. I just want to know which skein of yarn that I'm using out of this crate here. Put you back. Actually, I think I am using you. Yeah. Okay, so I have a pattern that I've kind of been playing around with some of the new yarn from Hirschner's. So they have an entire Halloween lineup. It's like Halloween sparkle, and then there's one without sparkle. But this year we got a couple of new colors for it. So one of the colors that I'm playing with is called Sorcerer. If you are a pastel goth, this is your freaking year. Like, look how that's working up. It heavily reminds me of Michael's lineup this year, the paisley and everything that they have. I'm just doing a corner to corner with this, and I'm gonna do 16 by 15, which fits a lot of my canvas totes. So this way I can have this on the outside, put the canvas tote on the inside, and it doesn't stretch out the yarn. And that way I can use stitches like this. I mean, because it does have quite a bit of stretch to it. So if I wanted it to be a functioning bag, I would have had to use a different stitch, which I did start with the other one, which is called Goblin. And that one out of the 2 is definitely my favorite because it's a slimy green color. But I just was interested in how this was gonna work up. I haven't even gotten to any of the black yarn yet, so I don't really know how much is actually in here. I thought there was gonna be a lot more just because of how it's swirled on the outside. But we're getting some pretty big chunks of colors here just by themselves. I thought maybe there would be black like between every single color, but I think black is just like its own color. So there's just going to be a big chunk, and then we're going to start the cycle over. I think we're almost done. Yeah. Orange, pink, and purple. Oh no, we need to do this like mauve-y color yet too. And then black, and then it starts all over. But yeah, I thought I'd just do this. I like making these little bags for my canvas totes because then I can put some of my enamel pins on it too, and like buttons and stuff as just like a little bit more structure to it. Piranha, yeah, right here. There's something in the water. Piranha, its jaws gone wild. This is a movie poster that is on my list to like look out for. I have quite a bit of space on my ceiling, and then behind me here, this is all gonna change. Like the trick-or-treat stuff is going down to my barista area this year. So that's all gonna eventually be empty, and I would love to have this poster on it. Every year, the population of Sleepy Lake, Victoria explodes from 5,000 to 50,000 for spring break. Campy, slasher, spring break, horror movie. But this year, there's something more to worry about than hangovers and complaints from local old timers. A new type of terror is about to be cut loose on Lake Victoria. It's also one that gets going really quickly. Like, you don't have a lot of backstory. True to slasher form, like Friday the 13th, we just jump right into it. We don't really need to know the background of all these characters. If I'm gonna be real honest, we don't need any of that. How long is it? 88 minutes long. Okay, that's like a perfect amount to work on this tote, and then whenever this is over, I'm just gonna be done with wherever it's at for today. I might be starting a new blanket. This is just, okay, look at how the color is laying. Like, that screams, turn me into a blanket. I want to see this all built out into, I don't know, like bigger than a throw size. Because these skeins of yarn are actually pretty big. How many yards are in here? 226 grams, 480 yards for one of this skein of yarn. And I have quite a few of this exact color. I don't know if I want to keep building up with Sorcerer or if I want to switch over to the Goblin though. I think that one, now I'm really excited. I want to see what that one looks like all built up, because I just did a little swatch with it, but I used the spider stitch, the half double crochet, and double crochet, which all look fine, but this is just so much better. Like, this was designed for a C2C project. It really was. And in fairness, they do have a pattern kit on their site right now. You can choose whatever Halloween yarn that you want, and they have a pattern for a C2C blanket. So I should have known that, like, yes, that's the direction that it needs to go. Actually, maybe I will stop this one and just do a tote. So once I get to 15 inches, like, I am almost there. I'm just gonna start decreasing, do both sides like this, mattress stitch it together, zigzag, slip stitch. I don't really know what I want to use to stitch it together, but yeah, go with this direction because I don't really have a lot of decor for pastel colors and things like that. But the goblin one, the green, that would go with, I mean, the blanket that I'm doing right now, the one that I've just finished, the slime green and purple. 92% acrylic, 8% polyester. It is a yarn that does get softer over time. So right now it's a little bit stiff. I have made cardigans out of this. I've made blankets with it too. And yeah, the more I wash it, the better it feels. Also, it does have the metallic strand in it. And the metallic strand, you can definitely feel it when you like run your fingers on it, but it's not a sensory issue to me. I don't know, it doesn't stick out enough that I don't want to use it. And the yarn is just really, really tightly wound, which I kind of love it, and it's working really well with my metal hook too. Honestly, I could use my wooden hook with this one and it would work just fine. Like, it's not gonna split it or anything. Well, something for me to think about tonight. Let me know what you think. Leave it this way, just keep making it a tote, or just commit to 2 brand new blankets, because I mean, the goblin one, that's definitely gonna happen now. But this one, what do we think? Blanket, tote. Tote, I would totally be finished by, I don't know, the end of the week, depending on how much time and energy I put into it. Blanket, that would be another one that I have to work on. I mean, it could take up the movie part, because right now I'm only doing like 3 or 4 tiles with our blanket that we have here. So why not add another blanket? Just keep on going with it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Have a super spooky rest of your evening, and I will see you tomorrow.